Oh. So this is going to be interesting. Hi guys, if you're able to see this, internet is better than it was, marginally so. It's going, but I am getting warning signs up. So if anyone is dropping in, hi, 40 miles, nice to meet you. Yeah, so hopefully continuing on from the last time we was able to actually get online, which would be involving this chunk of Monkus thingy, Legion Dreadnought drop pod. No Dreadnought in there, unfortunately. So I want to be getting some decals onto this beastie. I've already varnished it with gloss varnish first of all, and then hopefully, if things go to plan and this works, then I shall be continuing with some the headhunters. Got a 5-man headhunter squad, which I was base coating at the same time as doing this, and a 5-man Efrit, what do they call it? Disruption cadre force. So we'll see how things go. Yeah, so not received enough data for smooth streaming. Great. Oh dear, yeah. This is the life of a YouTuber. Unfortunately, in between times when trying to sort out the internet webs and internets and all things in between, there has been certain situations that have arisen where I've not been able to get a decent connection. Things are a little bit different in the office at the moment because I need to move this around. Right, I'm actually going to see how the stream's going, so I'm going to pop that onto, get that out of the way. Where are we? My channel, live watch. Between there has been certain situations that have arisen where I've not been able to get a decent connection. Things are a little bit different in the office at the moment. Yes. Because I need to move this around. Right, I'm actually going to see how the stream's going. So, well, it sounds okay at the moment, he says. And you've got higher, because normally on the OBS you have the kilobytes per second stream. Ideally, a minimum you want is about 750. At the moment, I've crept up to 945 and then back down to 539. Oh, great. As I said, it's something that's not needed. So let's maneuver. If you can hear me, say hello. Hello to everyone who's out there in the world that may be visiting. Oh, that's actually a bit better. Right, yeah. Problem with this thing is obviously it's a triangle, so, so you can't really put it anywhere. Now get my decals, because I was hunting them down. Good old-fashioned Forge World decals. And handily, they're all in there. Yay! All right. Well, luckily we've got lots of 3 doors. So let's go with, might as well go with a white. Give that some go. So yeah, I hope you've all had wonderful weeks and times since last we spoke. I hope you're all well, fine and dandy. As I say, I'm trying to reorganise here so I can actually do stuff with the space provided, because the office is in a little bit, you can see there's stuff in here at the moment because Christmas. Presents and that are all wrapped up in here. Get the other light into action. Hello again. Upside the blind, you know. Right. Full new setup. Hey, Curly. Yeah, that's the thing. I think as long as we've got a decent amount of KBS, the voice, the sound is okay. I will be jumping. Now it's probably mine because I am getting continual messages saying about the fact that there's not a great sort of service. The last couple of weeks, well, for most of November, I was pretty busy anyway, with events and birthdays and that. So I didn't do many streams there. But when we came back towards like the third weekend and the last weekend, oh, wrong ones, I want the white ones. Internet just wasn't having it really. So we had to, I'd say, improvise. We couldn't actually stream, so that's always a problem. Do I go silver? Do I go? So I'm looking at these guys, these big ones, because they're nice big flat areas on here. I'm going to go white. White was my initial decision. I'm going to stick with because it will stand out more, and because of the metallics I've got going on. Because there's quite a lot of metallics, as you can clearly see. Because yeah, lead belcher base and then going over it with an airbrush with contrasts, and then doing quite a bit of sponging with Runefang steel, is going to have that metallic look. It's unavoidable, really. What are you working on today, Curly? You doing your sallies again? Shape these decals a bit closer, make them a little bit better. Hopefully will go in as nicely. That's and because there's 3 doors, I want to be able to angle these, because you've got 2 that are right facing and 1 left facing. Just remembering to put them somewhere. Come on, internet, work through it, damn you. Keep going. You can do it. I believe in you. Many people wouldn't. I do. Come on. Yeah, the couple of streams I got on before this current phase of not being able to stream, the internet was really good. It worked. It was perfect, in fact. But again, for some reason, there's nothing being streamed. There's nothing being uploaded. So it's confusing the hell out of me. Oh, you just finished the elf from the paint along, from Crystal's paint along yesterday. So I did bring was saying that I didn't put the right foot down, because I thought she was like, oh, she must be stacking it over the presents. But no. And also noticed that the last little bobbing on her hair is actually missing. So, but yeah. For seeing as I started a lot later than everyone else, I don't think I've done too bad a job. Still, that dude's still my favourite. The old Santa Claus one. With his little beard. Going around with his thing. And then Grumpy. Or blue shoes. And then double Grumpy. Yeah, they're really cool little miniatures that Woofu workshops for anyone who can hear. He does them. They're really quite good. And he has the latest 8K printers, resin printers. So the detail was actually really awesome. Not so much roughness around the place. There's a little bits that you had to like cut off, but you get that with anything really at the end of the day. What's that? Probably need to do a bit of present wrapping too. That's fair. What else have I got for the alphas? Tempted by the plastic Typhon. Yes, I've always wanted a Typhon from when I first saw it when it first came out, but I've never happened upon it really. Other things came out. Of Scorpius, because obviously they're released today, weren't they? So hopefully, after Christmas answers my prayers. I'll be getting a couple, because squadrons are 2, which in the original ones you could only have 1 for a heavy support squadron. Same as Sakarans, but now they've upped them to 2, which they should have done in the first place. Sakaran should have been a squadron of 3 from the very start, because they're such a nice looking tank. And if they'd done squadron of 3, they would have sold them, because people like them. They're really good. There's a really great sort of look to them, the aesthetic, and it's so different. And it would have been separate from 40k. Obviously, explaining that because of the technology was lost in producing Sicarans, because of devastations of Forge Worlds and information that was lost during the death of innocence. Yeah, and then 40k is when the only things they've got left are Rhinos, Land Raiders, and other bits they found along the way, like the Crusader variant, and which was found. Oh, look, we found this. But yes, that's for another time. Well done, Luke. First, well done. Balance. God, no end to this man's talent. There you go. Stabilizers. Stabilizers deployed. Jesus, who never thought of this? Right, so this is the micro set. I'll pop on here to help with the adhesion. Alright. There we got 2 right focuses. Unless I could go Cheeky von Cheekyson and go the wrong way with one, so they're all facing the same way. Better. Yeah, so that would be actually quite good doing it that way. Especially given their points cost, the Squadron of 3 is going to be restrictive enough without needing to consume all your HS slots too. Well, that's what I always thought, like, you know, Heresy, to my mind, was basically 28 mil epic. That's what it should have been, in my opinion. And that's what I think the initial plan was. But then when they bring out these new awesome vehicles from Forge World, and then they say, oh no, you can only have them like one in a unit. You go, but why? Why just the one? We want more. Give us more. We crave more. But yeah, I always thought that they're meant to be like bigger units. Obviously, like, you know, tacticals being up to 20, your assault squads up to 20, and all that sort of jazz. Having vehicles, you know, able to be had in sizable units, you know, obviously that's going to help with your bottom line because people like to buy units. That's not gone on too bad, actually. I'm pretty pleased with this so far. He says. I was aiming to get the points of the horns here, sort of meeting those bits, so they go on pretty well. I'm now thinking maybe having some double X on these bits here, because that would be a nice little touch, he says. Too big. Those ones are not so bad. Oh, I've got doing there. Right, yeah, we've got to do that as well then. Just so everybody knows that they are who they say they are. So you there. Pop you there. Oh, excellent. That's great news. Have you spent it? I hope you have. So let's reach stuff around. I'm just trying to soak up some of the excess there. Right. Good quality tissue paper. A bit more of an angled it. Get on. So this is the slow process with decals, because you've got to give them time to actually settle, adhere, and some decals are a lot harder to work with than others, because just the materials that are used in their making, really. So just being extra careful and just want them to stick. And then we can put on other bits as well. As I said, we're going to go with the double X or the double cross, which I only realised that this year when I watched a film called Operation Mincemeat, which is about a secret mission that the British Secret Services SOE undertook to feed misinformation. It's a good film. It's based on true events, and although there is some doubt whether or not the mission actually had any great significance to the outset of what it's intended to do, it was still a good story. Going las cannons. A bunch of 80 rounds. That's the thing, they don't have any straight up las cannons anymore. They used to have, in the original AT, you had las cutters, but you did have like macro cannons that, obviously, which is the Mori Quake cannon is technically a macro cannon. But they also had the auto cannons, they had the plasma destructors, the chainsaw, like chain blade, the wheel, cutting wheel sort of thing. But it did have a laser cannon arm. because one of the variants on Warlords that they brought out, which, if you're not already in the know, basically the original AT, where they had things like the Night Gaunt, Deathbringer, and so on and so forth, different variations. They were initially intended to be different Titans, but because they couldn't build stuff, we could only make Warlords at the time. They basically just done them as variants. So there was one which was called the Eclipse, and the Eclipse basically was called that because it had a lot of laser. So it had laser cannons on there, so like 2 laser cannons. They didn't really have much sort of options and variations of weapons. You could have up to 4 weapons because they had 4 hard points, but in that system you could go with just 2 weapons. You didn't have to have carapace weapons if you didn't want them, or you could just have one, or you could have like 1 of each weapon, on a hard point. Titanicus. Yes, that is 80. Titanicus. Yeah, so yeah, so anti-tank, which a Titan weapon is anti-tank in most respects. It does like to shoot things and vaporize them from afar. Too much moisture in that. Actually, still, it's warmed up a little bit over here, but it's still quite cold. I did put the heating on when I got in here, but it does take a while to heat up. Yeah, turbo laser, yeah, they are pretty much. But it was like, in some respects, like volcano cannons, which are super las cannons, like of the. Edwin, you can't claim very first. Yeah, Curly. Yeah, basically, whenever anyone comes in, if you're first or if you're second, third, is whoever claims first is first. But you now know the rules of this little hangout. Not really, but hey. Yeah, so what are you up to, Edwin? What are we working on tonight? So you can see getting decals on that drop pod. So so yeah, so Curly, Luke is a big believer in beating the shit out of anything with fists only in his Titans. He actually has a 28mm Warlord with double fists. Everything has to have fists, and he's going out to try and prove the point that fists win. Even though he's not had a great start to his reign of terror, because people tend to shoot close combat equipped Titans. He's doing better. He got 2 kills with his fist. He basically wrung the necks of a couple of Warhounds, because that's where they really do come in. If you get a Warlord bearing down on you in close combat with any close combat weapon, you're pretty much screwed. Deaded, because the strength that they deliver, and they can hit quite formidably. So yeah, and yeah. But it's just getting close combat Titans into close combat, because the battlefield is a big old place. It takes a lot to get a massive behemoth of destruction into an appropriate position for killing. Building my Sakaran plus flag waving Master of Armour. Nice. Oh yeah, your dude standing at the turret in it. Very Emperor's Children. Look at me! So just keep on applying the Microsol. I think that's my new one. Because I bought some, and then I spilt some, and then more, and then spilt some more. Oh no. So yeah, so that's a newer one. That was a newish one. No, that is a newish one, yeah. So that's fine. That's good. That's groovy. That's why I'm the Fist Lord. Yes. I don't know if he was about Luke, but I was doing a paint along with Crystal McDowell on her Twitch last night, and she kindly sent out some dudes for a few people that wanted to participate. So I'm going through speed painting. Any of you folks built a Legion Herald at all? Starting to plan out parts for one for my Sallies. Kind of did, but I was using one of the Age of Darkness captains. It's the one with the chicken head, which I'm not given the chicken head to. Don't know what I've done with it. But I used the thing from Dominus, the Primaris banner bearer dude with the skull that's on the thing. I used that instead. So it's like, you know, oh yeah. Ooh. So I was thinking of doing it for my Emperor's Children. I started painting it, and I've since I never use them. And that's the thing. It's like with the Alpha Legion, I'm trying to. I don't know what I'm trying to do, because I've got quite a nice balanced sort of setup, kind of thing going on, where my main thing that I wanted to go with my Alpha Legion was I wanted to have this drop pod with a Leviathan in there. I wanted a because I had one termite, so special forces underneath, and then wanted to equip have some like rhinos, have a couple of those Kratos tanks, but they're probably they will, once I get painting the vehicles and a few more troops, they probably will be quite a decent sort of well-rounded force, because I've got a squadron of support predators which I got recently when the Black Friday thing was going off, so I got them like 26 quid each. From Element Games, so I'll probably have them because I think you can have like conversion. The support ones, you got like conversion beamers. I think there's like the melter gun in it, and the neutron laser thingy. So I think you can magnetize those weapons, which will be handy. So I'll obviously be able to switch a Rooney them around. Hey, hello MZ. Hello, how are you? 2x5 Cataphracti and one big unit of Pyroclasts with the Herald attached. So stick one of them. Stick some of them into a. Well, you'd have to be a Spartan, wouldn't it, for 2x5 squads, or you're going to have them in Proteus. What do you say? Proteus, you can have normal ones at 12, so you can have a 6 unit. So one 5-man unit and then a hero attached in Terminator armor. I haven't got any books to hand, so I can't actually reference. But that's what I always thought, because they increased the capacity, so you could have them running in. But yes. Yeah, there was also, Luke, there was this little elfie thing. Apparently, I've put the foot down the wrong place. I didn't know. I couldn't figure it out. I was in a rush, so I stuck it so she's stacking it over the prezzies. Tongue there, sticking out of one tongue and teeth, as you do in an aggressive present. Boom shakalala. In a yes. Like I'm right next to the radiator and I'm still feeling cold, so it is warming up. So it's endless repetition. Spartan with fire drakes and Praetor, 2 Proteus carriers, 4-man Cataphracti, Proteus carrier for Pyroclast, 2 Castroferra, and then a Scorpius to round it out. Pretty awesome little setup. So yeah, so we've got, for these guys, I've got my 3 Contemptors, 2 of which are the Forge World Alpha Legion ones, and then one that came in the Age of Darkness box, so one plastic one. Got all with pintle mounted multi-melters. One Proteus at present with pintle mounted multi-melter. To build, I've got another 2 Proteuses, got 2 Sicarans, 3 Predators. So that's all the vehicles I've got. Oh, and a Spartan from the Age of Darkness box. So I haven't touched that yet. But if I can get going with these guys, as I said, they'll probably be quite a well balanced, because obviously after making several armies over the course of the years, I normally do tend to go infantry heavy with my stuff, but these guys, I've got the feeling for going sort of a balanced, utilising vehicles as well as troops, and just a well-rounded unit in general, really. That's the plan. Also, this thing here comes with, so big, mag points already in place. So there are actually magnets there that help lock that into position. So really, really nice. It's worked out quite well in that respect. I thought I saw my breath just then. Yeah, so as you see, I've got my little scarf on. Keep my neck warm, getting old. And very beardy. So this is the thickest and fullest my beard has been ever. Might have to give it a bit of a shawning. Make some wool and make jumpers from wool to keep warm. Nice. Yeah, it's such a nice looking. Yeah, the ends I'm not so clever on, but you don't often look at those bits. Metals came up alright in most respects. I did give it a good spraying over with Agrax and a bit of Nuln oil, a bit of dry brushing in places as well with lead belcher, just to sort it out. Some details about paint in there, which again, this kit just makes it easier to. I know it's like, because I've got friends who just basically just glue the doors in place on drop pods, but this one doesn't. You can do if you wanted to. It seems a bit pointless, but having the additional mag points in there really does make a difference. So yeah, I'm really quite pleased with that. But I'd say it's just getting these decals to actually take position and have them looking cool as fuck. That's the plan. So, like, only a week away to when Father Christmas comes round on his sleigh to deliver presents to all the good little boys and girls out there. Because we all know that he has a list and he's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Sorry, it's that time of year. Gosh. Mm. I'll have to do some bits there with some egg rats. Hey, G-Stealer, how are you, dude? Thank you for popping in. I hope you're alright and you're keeping nice and warm over there. So your AT stuff. It is just like a giant egg. Giant egg capable of delivering death and destruction amongst your enemies. What are you up to? Tell me. You're welcome, Curly. I did that earlier on actually as well, but that was with a different song. Oh, damn it. Oh, yeah, it was, I nipped round to Rob and Crystal's after work to drop some stuff off, and Crystal, because they were waiting, they had to wait. They was having a takeaway, and I had to wait. And Crystal said to Rob, said, "Well, I want you, I want a clementine. Give me a clementine." So I started singing, "Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling, clementine," and I knew he was going to do that. And then that got stuck in her head. She even swore. Bless her. So I'm just doing line wash of Agrax for those that can't see. If the video camera's being a bit blurry. I can't tell because I'm focusing on where I'm putting this bloody stuff. Spent 3 hours travelling a 40-minute stretch of expressway at 25 miles an hour in the whiteout snowstorms. Oh, yeah, but you get them really bad over there, don't you? So I think with the weather in the northern parts of the Americas, aka Canada, the storms or the snow is just unbelievable. I'd got friends and relatives who live over there. I remember being told that, you know, people that emigrate and stuff, sometimes they go over there and they spend like, you know, several weeks maybe, and it's at the wrong time of the year where it's the nice part of the year, and they had no idea about how snowy it can be. Welcome back. It's not been too bad, although like we had the snows at the start of the week, and there's still a lot of snow still about. It is definitely getting warmer, so that's a good thing. Gosh. And when it was starting to get bad last Sunday over here, on my travels home, because I go to my kids after work on a Sunday, I literally got I live on top of a hill, and there's a few hills around this area. So there's, on the way to go to my kids and come back from my kids, there's this hill I've got to come down. Now it's not a straight hill, it's a S bend type hill. So you go down, hit the turn, down, and then bottom turn round. And I was following a car. It was snowy, slushy, icy floors, surface. So I was going down, get lots of space between us. I was doing 5 miles an hour, first gear, foot on the brake down this hill, sort of thing, because I know this hill can be a bitch. And the car in front found this out because it spun side on, started sliding a little bit before it stopped halfway down. I put my brakes on full. I was still moving. I put the handbrake on. My arse is starting to flap because in front of me there's some houses on that bend, and there's people by their cars, you know, dusting off snow or whatever, and you're like, I'm coming towards you, move. But no, they were just like, Arr. Anyway, I stopped. Sat there, and I thought, right, okay, what are we going to do now? Because he's sitting there spread across the road. Car behind me stopped at the top of the hill, so that was good. But the cab turned back up, came back towards us, and like winded down. You're right. Yeah, I'm fine, mate. No worries. Just don't want to risk going down there, because this was the halfway point. You either go down and commit to that hill, but then you've got, as I said, a 45-degree turn of the road. If you're going to hit ice there, you aren't going to make that turn, and you're going to end up in someone's house. So I did the only thing I thought safe to do was to go back the way I come, go down another hill. But as I've gone up the hill, the car that was waiting at the top, I pulled up alongside, said, look, don't go down there. He's spun out. It's not worth it, sort of thing. And he's gone, oh, well, I've come from the other hill over there, and cars are sliding down that one. And I thought, bugger. So I had to do sort of like a 7 or 8 mile round trip. Literally where I was, I'm not even 2 minutes away from the house. So I had to go sort of 15 minutes to get round to the other side. So yeah, sitting in an expressway for 40 minutes, 3 hours doing a 40-minute stretch, yeah, not fun. And I sympathise, sort of thing. But you got home safely eventually, which is thankful. Yeah, through Buffalo, New York, there is expecting that 6 feet. Bloody hell. You can't start your Maltese Warlord till Christmas. How many are you going to go for, though? Because Mortis were renowned for having the most warlords than any other legion. Now you got all the big shit. Now looking to follow his hobby father by having a vast collection of Titans, but he's just going to, instead of doing multiple legios, he's doing one legio, and he's going to do the entirety of Legio Vulturum, the Gore Crows. That's his legio, and that's what he's going to go for, and I believe he will do it. I have faith. Yeah, I'm, as I said previously, I'm definitely up for doing some more Titans soon. 125 is just not enough. Need more. So I've got, what have I got? 3 Reavers, 2 Hounds, Warbringer, and there is a Iconoclast. No, Essex. Essex has hills. It's Anglia that's flat, Norfolk. But obviously, where we are towards the what do you call it, the Thames estuary, all along this area, you've got quite a few hilly bits. So yeah, there are some interesting hills, to say the least. I said the one near me. Well, there's that one, which is normally when it's icy, that one always gets shut because they don't grit it. So it's like unless you've got a 4x4, you're not getting up it. And I believed them. I said I was taking a calculated risk that it wasn't too icy, but I was wrong because that car in front span onto its side, and I'm thinking, no, not for me, thank you very much. I like breathing and being alive and not injured. But I can't find, it's weird, I can't find it. When I was doing my driving lessons many years ago, and so not that many years, because I've only been driving since I was, how old was I? Back now? 29. Didn't need to drive beforehand. But then needed to drive. And one of my instructors took me around Benfleet as part of my sort of lessons and that. And he took us to this place, and you go up a hill to find it. But I can't find it. I know roughly where it is, but if I've looked on Google Maps, I couldn't find it. But I knew it was up there because you go up this hill, you turn right into the street, but then it's like a big, like U. So you're just like, wee, like that sort of thing. One of those type of hills that you see in cartoons, and like all the houses are along it, sort of thing. Fuck living there with icy roads. No way you get stopping or getting in or out of your street either, because it is like a fun fair attraction, that road. The wife is pissed I finished my winter project in 2 weeks. This will be it, just for demo games to get more interest going. Well, I don't know if you saw, there's a few things on social media going around at the moment, on YouTube as well, where the BBC were speaking to a games club in Northern Ireland, and in there, like, it's a small place in the middle of practically nowhere, because Northern Ireland is quite sort of empty in a lot of respects, like a lot of little townships and stuff like that. So compared to sort of the majority of us here, who live near a sort of main sort of metropolises and stuff, there's not. It is very rural, literally. And this club was being like featured because it's like helping with like isolation, people being isolated, and being a social thing. And there's like a couple of kids, guys there who are like autistic as well, which they were saying like how much they like, because the games have rules and structure. It helps them in day-to-day life, sort of thing, and plus social element, because obviously autism is not necessarily a very social sort of thing to have. But I would say it was a nice little club. There was like, they did say like there's no girls as part of the club, sort of thing, but there's things now in place, like the club is in such a way that if girls were to come along, they would be welcomed and included, sort of thing, which is nice. And it was like various age groups, and they're getting a lot more sort of like the youth now getting involved, because there's a place for them to go to play war games and of various, not just 40k but other things. But that was quite nice to actually, like, a couple of minutes. It is on YouTube, from the BBC, but it was like, well played BBC, well done. You're doing a nice feature, especially obviously within the hobby community would be more sort of receptive to seeing that sort of stuff. But it is nice to see these people getting their games going. Like, there were 35 members of this club in Omagh, so there's quite a few like little towns near about, sort of thing, and people do sort of travelling, which it is half the times why people do this hobby, is not just to collect and build and paint, sort of thing, but it's also playing games. And a lot of my friends I made through the hobby. um, So, or hobby related things like Crystal and Rob. If I weren't involved in the hobby, I wouldn't have met them, you know. And yeah, you know, so it is a good thing. Ouch, I hurt my finger. But yeah, so it's oh bugger, it's not bad to have a club you can go to. There's a couple of clubs around here. Because I work weekends, I don't get to go to them. There was actually I found out recently there was actually a gaming like Heresy Weekender. Sorry, a Heresy Weekender was like campaign weekend was set up, and a friend of mine who does Edge of Empire podcast and all that. He actually went to it, and I saw pictures on Edge of Empire, and it said, "Oh, he was playing games in Benfleet." I thought, "What? What are you doing in Benfleet?" Like the guy comes from like Durham, which is like almost like 400 miles up north. And I was like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And it was like, "Oh, it was a tournament, campaign weekend." Was there? And I'd never seen anything mentioned about this thing. And it was literally where they hosted it is about 300 meters as the crow flies from where I live. It's like, really? Jesus, it's on my doorstep. So that was quite surprising. Yes. It's, I know, like with social media and all that sort of stuff, I'm still amazed at the amount of times like I've seen people on like Twitter or Instagram, and um, you know, you follow them. And you go, "Oh yeah, I follow you because you've got some great work. You know, I've seen some interesting paint schemes and stuff that you've done, and etc. etc." And then you find out they live miles down the road. So it's like, what? um, you know, it is, the world is getting smaller in a lot of respects, and being able to sort of meet people via interwebs, internets, and stuff like that, and make acquaintances, because there's a lot of like-minded people. Yeah, there are some weirdos and pilchards out there. Um, um, but you know, generally, you do tend to find like people from all walks of life and different experiences, but you know, you can make some really good friends on this thing. What the hell's going on now? Come on, sort your life out, you miserable git. Um, yeah, it's I've peaked three other people so far at the semi-local Warhammer store. We don't. Um, you know, it is once you're involved and you're all sort of singing from the same hymn sheet, you've got that little base to work from. And then, it's just a case that maybe getting in contact with local game stores and all that, or hanging out. Sounds weird. I'm gonna go hang out down the local game stores and recruit players. But that's how some of them work. You go into these game stores, you hang out, and thank you very much. Yes, it's lovely to be spammed by you. Where's Mouse when we need her? But yeah, but from small acorns grow mighty oaks, and it's getting that sort of thing started. Like, I know there's over here in particular, there's a lot of sort of like school groups, like even at my daughter's school, and she goes to an all-girls school, there is actually a role play club and 40k like Warhammer club on a Wednesday, not Wednesday, on a Thursday at her school. And as I said, it's an all-girls school, but they're now having a couple of teachers run this on at lunchtime, and my daughter goes there to role play some Dungeons and Dragons, which is pretty cool, and I'm all for that sort of thing, because that does help. It's a tool at the end of the day for teaching you how to deal with situations, albeit weird situations which you may not come across regularly, like elves, orcs, and kobolds, and various magical situations. But it is again that social element that helps with just dealing with life in general. Just having time out from your everyday existence makes a hell of a lot of difference. So not only is it a hobby which is meant to be relaxing, and you've had a bad day, you can unwind, paint a couple of space marines, or a couple of orcs, gobos, space elves, whatever you want, just to help you sort of unwind and not go out on a stress fueled rampage somewhere, and that's without a hobby I probably would have done something unconstructive. You just gone round and there you go. Hey Heat, welcome dude, nice of you to drop in. How are you? I just want to check this out. Santa Gobbo. Couldn't resist. Right, I'm just going to quickly, because I put my other drink outside. I do apologise if you did see my boxes. It wasn't my plan to. That's the one thing about cold weather, it's chills your beer. So yes, social media is a tool and it can be used to help expand your gaming circles. But obviously where you are, you've got a lot more space to cover, and I know it is quite hard to get these sort of groups going, and I hope that you do manage to get something going for yourself, sort of thing. So you're doing all right at the moment, setting up these little demo games with your AT stuff, but it would be nice to get a few more and get more players turning up and participating. Hair. That's a problem with long hair. Damn it. So yes, is the sound still coming through okay? But we'd better check, because I've just been rambling and nobody's said anything. so better just double check. Because I don't know what it is, don't understand it. I've said this several times before, I know, I'm just repeating myself a lot of the time, but that's this internet has been a right pain in the ass in recent weeks. And unfortunately, where I've looked into it, I can't get a better service. There's like, the line is maxed out to this position. So which is much frustrating. Oh, that is annoying. Like, I know you said like your sort of semi-local gaming club. How far do you actually have to go to this club? Because again, like when Mouse is about, I know that she has to drive like 2 hours to the nearest game club, or even the nearest store. So, you know, and that's the thing with the difference between, you know, British and Americans and Canadians. That you know, you're used to driving distances. You know, for you, just round the corner is like a 2-hour drive. For us, round the corner is like a 5-mile drive, and we very reluctantly like going out to, to go there. I've said it on many occasions. It's like, oh yeah, like, yeah, I'll be buddies. You know, he lives 10 minutes around the corner. You gonna go see him? Yeah. It's like, that's 10 minutes. Oh, it's miles away. Oh, can't be doing that. Whereas, you know, you Americans and that will just go out on a day trip, no problem. Road trip, road beers. It's an adventure. We just cannot be asked. Which is a shame. But say with your Titans, you know, at least you're getting some pleasure out of actually doing them. You know, yes, it would be great to get a few extra people involved, or just have games with. And I hope that does improve for you over the coming months and years. Because obviously, you know, it'd be nice to get that sort of a regular meet up between people and have some classic gaming going on. Just getting these. Lots of rivets. All fun. Get them done. This adds to it. Yeah, I don't play as much as I would like to, but you know, I've next year it would be the 5th anniversary of the game in August, and you know, those 5 years have been filled with a lot of fun, building of Titans and painting of Titans, which is, you know, kept me entertained, and that's what it's about. You know, it's a hobby. You do things to hobby. And then obviously we've got all the new stuff that was released yesterday about Mr. Cavill getting involved with Amazon, Vertigo, and GW making movies and TV series or whatever they're going to be doing. Mouse! Mouse is in the house! Hello, my sweetie, how are you? We've had one attack. I dealt with it very ably in your absence. Apparently, it was the best sex site. So, yeah. That must be something then. We must be doing quite well then if we're getting attacked and visited by the porn sites again. Pornhob, as I call it. It's quite strange to have that, but you know they've got to eat, they've got to live. How are you? What are you doing today, hobby wise? What shenanigans you been up to? Oh, yes, and it opens. It opens up. Look inside. There's room for a small car. Small car can go in there. Doing a road trip tomorrow to play MESGB with my friend Lando at Giga in Atlanta. I was just honestly, Mouse. I was talking to you about you to G Steeler about the fact that you know you drive like 2 hours to go to the local store, sort of thing, whereas we over here can't be bothered to drive 2 minutes to go anywhere. It was poor old Gene Steeler was stuck in really bad snowdrift conditions, blizzardy conditions, doing a 40-minute drive which took 3 hours. The only way, haha. the all these little rivets to do as well. Painting rivets. Yeah, and that's the thing. They are so much fun to paint. You know, painting, posing. I was saying earlier on, I've got to start building again and painting again on the Titan side of things, anyway. Yeah, the sound's been okay so far. It is obviously the video, which is always letting me down. Which obviously, me being blurry, fuzzy game, is normal. Like the last time you was on was it 2 weeks ago? Because I couldn't get the Wednesday stream. Last Saturday was a blowout as well. I think actually the last time you was on was the last time we actually had a decent connection. Because we were doing. What were we doing? We were talking and stuff, but yeah, no, it was it's been last week or two. The connection has been very crap. We've had a couple. We've done a couple of sessions on Discord. Edvid was there. Luke. Sai turned up. Although Leaky did turn up the other night, and his sound was terrible. We could hardly hear him. So I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, I need to get some sort of like, I don't know, maybe some incense going or something. I don't know. The only Warhammer store in central New York is 25 miles away from my house, about 4 minutes drive. Our not so local one is in Atlanta, 2.5. Yeah, see, 2.5 hours. I salute you. I salute you for your dedication. But you will spend the day there, though, won't you? Literally, once you're there, because that's the same sort of distance that I would have to do to go out to Warhammer World. So, you know, when we do venture out and get up there, you know, it is a day trip. It isn't just go up, muck about, come straight back. You make a day of it. I'm an old fire. I don't like the smell of magic players. Yeah, I get the bots bastages. I play a lot of Magic Gathering too, but mostly just with my son, really. And the friendly local game store is kind of small anyway. Yeah, so with it's getting like a club, like a local games club going or something, or like somewhere where you can hang out, because there's a load of like places over here now. You're getting a lot of gaming like clubs setting up, like, you know, you probably saw on like either Instagram or on Twitter in the past, where I've gone to Bad Moon Cafe, which is in London. So I was taking Sam to where she works. Well, say where she works is she does the occasional sort of tutor group thing down in Whitechapel. Same Whitechapel where Jack the Ripper used to stalk. So I drop her off there. And Whitechapel is about 8 to 10 minute drive from Tower Bridge, you know, the big one with that and all that sort of thing, right by the Tower of London. So you go across the bridge there, you drive a further sort of 5 minutes down the road, and you're in a place called Bermondsey. You find somewhere to park, and then you take a little 5 minute walk, and then you're outside Bad Moon. And you know, it's these like cafe bar type places with gaming tables. Now with Bad Moon, it is a good setup. You've got all the scenery and stuff there, and they sell products, games, not just 40k but other systems as well. It's clean. You have to pre-book for your tables, and you do have to pay for like 4 hour slots basically. So a 4 hour slot for two people is 15 quid, because you are in central London. So they have 16 tables there, and you know, weekends they're all taken. They're open sort of until from like 2 in the afternoon till 10 at night. And there's like, you know, you can get yourself a coffee, tea, you know, other drinks there. Food, they do provide food options, but you know, you might want to grab something elsewhere. But the nearest sort of like McDonald's is a good sort of 15-minute walk sort of thing. And that's the weird thing, when you're in London, you do walk. You know, you go, oh, there's a McDonald's, but it's like miles away. All right, well, we want food, we'll go there. Or there's other eateries, because once you're in that sort of part, there's lots of eateries of all different persuasions. But yeah, it's driving around places. That's why going to Warhammer World is such a big thing for a lot of us people over here, because it's like, you know, 2.5 to 3 hour drive at least. Let me check the roads right now. So I have it there. So yeah, so 2 hours 40 minutes is the fastest, and that's in location. You know, England's not a big place. That's Midlands, or if you're in in terminology that is Game of Thrones, that's the Riverlands from the Stormlands. Technically, although no, actually, Stormlands. I suppose. Well, you sort of actually where we are, we would here, because obviously Game of Thrones, Westeros is based on England. So up here is where the war is. There, you know, Winterfell will be around there. Around here is the Riverlands. Over here, Casterly Rock. Down here is where Highgarden is. Down here would be where Stormlands and Baratheon. That would be like the Vale of Arryn, which is weird, really, because Vale of Arryn, they've got more hills and mountainous things than we have over here. But you know, yeah. So Dragonstone would be down here, and the King's Landing there, sort of thing. So yeah, Westeros as England. Hope you've learned lots there. Riveting content, man. Thank you very much. I'm just catching up now. Don't like the traffic getting to the closest ones. I'm clipping off World Eater shoulder pads and heads from bits from resin. Working on Boys Thousand Sons Araman, a bit cool. Silly porn bots, they all have to do is probably retitle their links. See the plastic crack, and they'd have us. Exactly, we'll be there like a shot. Plastic crack, boom. Oh yeah, my AT is very behind now. I'm working on a commission, more World Eaters for a friend, and my son's Thousand Sons. Weren't you building a dreadnought drop pod or something? Yeah, well, this is it. I just recycled for the last couple of attempts. I've just recycled the settings from way back when. Today we've been doing decals, so they're actually focus. That's not bad. Can't really see the shiny bits, even turning like that. That's really good. Actually, I'm really chuffed with that. Actually, the decals have worked. The decals have worked. Oh man, I missed Leaky. Let's see if he's about. So I've messaged Beaky Leaky Cheese. He came in on Wednesday. Went into we done Discord, and he came in and his sound was not the greatest, so we can hardly hear him. But that only occurred because I saw he was building some Mark IV Recon Marines. So I've just messaged him to say we are live streaming, we are here, even though the internet is being a dick. And I'm going to say that, internet, damn you, you cockless wonder. Sort it out. Candles around the router. Me shakes UK internet providers do better. I wish they would do better. It is a very frustrating situation, to say the least, because at the end of the day, I like hanging out with you people. You're wonderful. And, you know, this is a nice little sort of relaxed, chilled situation to be in. Hang out and paint and model and hobby and all that jazz. Earls enchanting, yeah, and need some sacred ungulants or unguents. Yeah, I spent a good few hours at least. I do have to leave fairly early because I have to work early on the morning Monday. Oh, you go up on the Sunday there? Oh, cool. Makes up for a day. Gaming is not just a thing here where I am. We used to sort of have one at a local church, but it died off. Yeah, that just sucks. Nice. That's essentially what Gigabytes in Atlanta. It's a nice gaming store. All the things, tables, beer, food. See, that's the thing. You got to have those, all those sort of things available. Purely because we like to eat, we like to drink, we like to have fun and party with our dice and games. One of the places when I was in my sort of let's say the in between gaming sort of well, I would say gaming, I was just more collecting really in my earlier days, but there was a place, and I've mentioned it before, called Virtual World, which was a place in London, the Trocadero near Piccadilly Circus, where they had these gaming pods all linked up, 8 pods in each section, and you could either play BattleTech, like Mech Warrior computer game, or you can play this like racing game where you're racing across Mars in the canyons and stuff like that. But the thing that I was really impressed by was the fact that they had, like, in the waiting room before you go in to actually play games, there was like these, like, it was like a, I say like a, you imagine like a gentleman's club where um, you've got the leather armchairs, high back armchairs, round some tables. You could have coffee there. You could have a drink or two, sort of thing. So the license. So you'd sit around, chill, chat, read some of the stuff you can, pamphlets and whatever that you could buy from the place. Um, study up on what mech you wanted to take out and that. And then when your appointment slot came round, off you go, sort of thing. Have your 10 minutes of furious and glorious battle, and then you come out and then chill out until the next sort of round or whatever. Um, those sort of gaming places, alone, it makes such a difference because again, you meet people there because you could end up, if you only like you and a couple of friends, there's still like several other people that you're playing against, and you have good games. You're like, oh wow, that was a good move by you, sort of thing, and that's how you create these sort of communities. Um, so it would be nice to have, like, Warhammer World is special because it is the base of where Warhammer, as we know it, 40k, AOS, all the other things are all based there. And you travel up, you have some meals, you have some purchases and play some games or whatever. Go through the museum, fireworks. But it would be nice if they had like another two venues, one further north, one further south, sort of thing. But I suppose at the moment, whether or not they could sort of do that is debatable because obviously a lot of people go up to Warhammer World. But if you have other places, you won't get all those people from the south of England going up there. You won't get all the people from the north of England going down there, or Scotland or Wales. All like weather. So yeah, rock and a hard place really. But it would be nice to have more all-in-one sort of venues you can go to. You can buy your stuff. You can play your games. Have a drink or two. And there is actually another place a friend of mine actually sort of runs, which is in London, called Bethnal Green. Haven't been to it yet. Really must do it because I know he's getting annoyed that nobody goes to see him at his work. So I will endeavour in the future to go there. I think it's called like Hyper Reality or something like that. I keep on forgetting the name of it, which is bad on my part. But again, it's like Bad Noon, but they're open. More convenient hours, I suppose. But it's also like a sports bar as well, so it's a bit. But they've got different floors apparently, so something to do in the future. See what's better. But it's like a couple of times. I've been up. Was it Warhammer World? I've been this year. I've been up there 3 times, I think. So I was up there in June with Crystal McDowell. She organised a gaming get together, meet up for people for her Twitch channel and all that. That was fun. Met a few people that have joined us in the show here. In fact, you was up there when you Curly when I went up there. I was up there in May for the Heresy Open Day, which was cool. With all those influencers. It was, and then I was up there in October when I took my kids up there for the first time. My daughter wanted to go. My son only wanted to go because he wanted to go on the trams that run outside of of the place. He had no interest at all, really, in Warhammer world. It doesn't do painting and all that sort of stuff. We don't have a Warhammer store here. We have one across the bridge in Copenhagen. But as for local gaming places, friendly local game stores, well, I am the local gaming place, friendly local. So I call that pretty close. That is pretty close. So you're not that far away from Copenhagen then? I mean, because you're in Sweden, aren't you? Because you can just go across the bridge, which I find amazing. Yes, because if and when the world gets more, easier to get around and all that, because at one stage when near where I am, you got Southend Airport, and they were doing flights to Copenhagen, which were only like, at the time it was EasyJet, but I don't go to use EasyJet just to sort of well, not EasyJet, it was Ryanair. Sorry, Ryanair had a hub at Southend. They haven't now. EasyJets have gone in, and that's why I mentioned them. But they were flying to Copenhagen from there. So, it's a 2-hour flight. But, if you're paying 25 quid to go to another country, I'd fly over, we could meet up in Copenhagen. Because it's on my doorstep. And that's the sort of thing I do sort of miss about, pre-COVID times. It's basically cheap flights. Yeah, there you go. But Southend Airport is literally, 15-minute, 20-minute drive from where I'm sitting. Hey, Mouse, did I show you the elves and goblins? Can't remember. I love to live in a country where I want to have at least 10 acres and kind of need my job. Yeah. One store locally charges $5 just to walk to the back area where you're playing, or whether you're playing or not. Really? So that's the thing with Bad Moon. As I said, it's 15 quid for a 4-hour slot, but that's based on 2 people. For anyone else above that, it is an additional £5. Which, if you're playing, 4-player, yeah, that's, not bad. Really. We can split it between 4 of you. 25 squids. Hobbs attack cat. Here, I'm just going to move the keyboard before he says hi again. Well, wife just got home with dinner. Have a night and good Christmas if I don't see you all. Yeah, you too, G Taylor. Have a great one and look forward to seeing your other Mortis engines when you get onto them. So take it easy, buddy. Yeah, attack cat. So, how are people feeling about the whole Henry Cavill TV thing? Because I know I mentioned it earlier on, and we didn't really discuss it or mention it or talk any further. So, If anyone has any opinions, get them out. I have the con. I have the con. Thank you very much, Mouse. Those bits just to give a little bit more depth. Let's get that. Eels all sorted. Thank you very much, man. Right. The nearest I've gotten to where you are is Uns in Denmark, which was 2019. But was you still in America then, or how long have you been back over there, Sweden? I just added some watered down Drakenhof Nightshade, so it's not very clear on. That's better. So I've done some surroundings with the Drakenhof Nightshade onto the Aquila Eagle because you had to. Rivets are done. Double checky. That's what I could do. These parts. Weird things. That's understandable. Minecraft will do that to a person. How are you, Crystal? There's Heed was about somewhere. I'm not sure if he's still about here. He might be lurking. He does tend to do that. He's a sneaky one, that Heed. My birthday brothers. Did you have fun in your cave? Did Rob get to build his mighty mounting holdfast? Sort my Xbox and TV out. I've been saying that for so long to other people who wanted to play like stuff, and I haven't. I'm such a bad boy. I've been busy, distracted with toys and stuff. You know, important things. It's fun trying to locate you on Minecraft. Which way am I going? Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead again. Why did I close that door behind me? So let's have a look at the drop pod for you as soon as you've turned up here. Might as well show you what we've been up to. So this is big. So a normal drop pod's about that high. So like this, about that high with 5 doors. This thing is proper hench. Right, that is quite a sizable banana. So let's get the light on that a bit more. Decals were applied today or this evening, obviously. And inside, it's Father Christmas. Oh, of Gobbo Christmas. He's landed to bring his toys to all the happy Alpha Legion mares that are standing here with shotguns. This might not bode well for him. But yes, so this would house Dreadnought and the little petals open. So he's got multiple escape routes now. He could run away that way. As the Marine goes, "Hey, you, come back here. I'm not painted yet." And chases him, and he goes, "Gobbo rules," and buggers off. And is safe. And he's now alone, wondering what the hell that was happening. Yeah. But yes. So yeah, I apologise if the stream is still screwing up. Oh, I've turned the light off. I wonder what the hell happened there. I thought the internet had gone down. The internet is not connected to the lights. Thank God. Yes, I'm really chuffed how well these have adhered. I can't actually see the bits. This one I can a little bit, so we'll give it some more love with the Magic Micro Set and Micro Soul. Yay, Mouse is back. Yeah, before you disappeared, I was showing off the Christmas goblins that I did with a paint along with a certain Crystal McDowell's group of lofties. A select few who were lucky enough to receive said gobbos for a Twitch stream last night. And today as well. She actually had a second one today for finishing up and stuff. She's not been very well recently, and she soldiered on through and made everybody's Christmas a little bit better, because she's awesome like that. But 2017. All right, so yeah, so when you were back there, like 3 years ago, in February and in June of 2019, I was in Denmark. So Billund and then Uns, or Odense, as you know, stupid Brits would call it. It's Odense, isn't it? But Uns, as I was told by the Danish people, because I was asking for directions to Odense, and they just look at you blankly. You go, oh no, Uns. Oh, okay. So yeah, Mouse. So here are what I was up to last night. Was painting one of these little dudes. Hello. Needs a little bit of touching up. I like his slippers though. So there's one of them. There's the dual wielding one as well. Just don't fuck with them. You'll love your legs. Again, blue slippers. Oh, ooh, that must have been when I was touching up the base. So that's got to be worked on. Obviously, you've seen Santa, mad bad Santa, with his sack of toys for all the good or naughty girls and boys. And my I put the wrong foot down, and so she's totally stacked it, and obviously based her hair on Crystal. I did notice, Crystal, that it's missing one of its little pom-pom bits, the end there. This is a shame. I don't remember seeing it, and I only realised it was missing when I was looking at it painted. In her little night wear, we call it. I don't like horrible like things. But yes, that was what I was up to yesterday evening, painting Christmas gobbos. It's not going well. Cave is too hard. What is like? Is there a lot of bad dudes like the zombies and stuff coming after you? Spiders are the worst, and skellies. They're just as bad. Yeah, I'll say after having a little go of Minecraft, I miss playing Minecraft. I think because weirdly enough, I did actually. I'm assuming obviously do you see my friend request come through on not Facebook, on Xbox. It's like a year ago was the last time I was on it, which is not good, really. But yeah, I need to sort it out, and then I can actually play games again. Minecraft. Oh. But I think I could actually play it on the phone, as long as the Xbox is working. Pardon me. But yeah, it's obviously whenever you guys were available for gaming. Oh, drop up the pod. I'll do some bits on the inside now, because that's the kind of guy I am. What do I need? Got this black, that will do. The cave on the drop pod. That was a mighty massive cave that you found. Hey, Judge. Welcome, dude. The sound works, not so much the video, so apologies. But we're here, we're hanging out, painting stuff. I think that's the thing with that cave. It is sorting out from things turning up and going bump in the night. So that's the annoying thing. Like, make little fortifications, expand, and then when you're ready, you move up and you make some more access to the other tunnel. So like sealing up, sorting out your defences, and then moving around and doing whatever you need to do to expand. As I say, I love digging tunnels. Was recording a vidcast myself. Oh, right. Are you YouTubing now then, dude? So I'm actually using Corvus Black Air because it just goes on nice and smooth. It's got good coverage, so it's easy to work with. Speak now and then to check us out. Nice. Danish is essentially only guttural noises. This is illusion that there's a lot of camaraderie between the Nordic Scandinavian states. Sakadaka. So, Ed Belcher base. This is contrast. This is Mazdreg yellow. green stuff. I have spare 2. You've got everything that you need. Oh, Mouse. Leaky says hi. I don't think he's coming on, but he just messaged me back to say hi to Mouse. Which is nice. He's a good lad. I probably won't see him again until April, because it's Salute. Already got my ticket for Salute. I literally, it's like one of the big sort of gaming. Well, it's not so much gaming. It's like all the games. You can get all the games there. They're showing off new stuff. Like, it's a games fair at the end of the day. That's in the Excel Centre in London. So it's massive. Like, and you get thousands of gamers, hobbyists, and the like down there looking at all the new game systems coming out, painting competition that goes on there. Sorry, itchy back. Oh, that feels so good. So there's lots going on. So much awesomeness. It's great seeing all these different independent games developers and stuff, as well as I normally hang out. There's a company called Zinj Industries. I normally go there because Benjamin Greaves, buddy of mine, he goes down there and works and helps out because a couple of other friends, Alistair and Pete Reardon, work on the store as well. So go down. I literally go down and socialise. That's all I do. I don't tend to buy stuff. I just go there to see people, and that for me is what that sort of event is. See all the new stuff, but meet up with people that you haven't seen in ages. Yeah, can't do any mining, just constantly attacked. Oh, that's a sucker. Yeah, that is annoying, especially obviously unless I don't know because I can't remember. Do like the zombies on it? They still if it's daytime on the surface, do they disappear underground? Peaceful mode activated. Yeah, I must admit I think the last few times we were playing, we were on creative mode because then it's just a little bit easier. Obviously. I keep wanting to play again, but I don't want to get sucked in yet. I know it's one of those things. If you're playing online with friends, it is just one of those games which is so much fun to be part of. As I said, like when I popped round to Crystal's earlier on, Rob's to drop off Rob's Christmas present. It was having a little chat and all that sort of thing, and then Chris was going, "I'm going to play Minecraft," and she went on there, and then like watching, and he's like, "Do you want to go?" Okay, so I joined in 2-player, and then I spent like the next sort of half an hour trying to not find her because she was really helpful. Like she was digging. Like she doesn't believe me, but I'm a total dwarf. I love digging. So whilst she was adventuring down in the bottom south of the country, I was spawned right at the top right hand corner, and then I'm trying to run all the way down to where Crystal is, and I'm having little incidents. Yeah, I did try digging my way through a mountain, and she says, "No, no, stop digging, Leek, stop it." And I'm okay, um, get up, um, and yeah, eventually I did actually get to where she was. um, but yeah, it was actually quite fun. I enjoyed that. It really did. But yeah, we'll have to do if I get myself organised. Sorry, and get the Xbox upstairs sorted out and stuff, and then at least yeah, we can probably do a game or something. Get like me, you, Rob. And oh, I'm sad I lost my world. Well, it's saved somewhere on my drive where I was building essentially Moria. Oh, sorting through generic SM transfers to find out to fit my son's Deimos rhinos. Oh, he's the Thousand Sons, dude. Your son's the Thousand Sons, and you're doing a commission for the World Eaters, aren't you? Yes, sir. I'm the bearded git. Yeah, I'll check that out after I'm off. Wow, my hi Leaky. I'd say from where I'm. So when did he message? That was 6 minutes ago. Yeah. So obviously the time delay on this is quite interesting. No, Leaky is really nice. He is very friendly, helpful, and you know he's a buddy, and I have a lot of time for Leaky, and he knows that. He walked alongside me at his very first Titan walk, and although I did curse it, when is it? The salute is April. I think it's middle April. Salute 2023. 22nd of April. 10 till 5. You actually you get quite a few sort of like named personality type people turning up there as well. So I know, like, pardon me. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, no. Annie at Bad Squiddo, like friends with her. So I've met Annie several occasions, and even on some of Bad Squiddo's publicity photos they did for Salute, I'm in them because back in 2019, I was there, and me and my friends, they had a table set up with colouring in, so we were sitting there colouring these pictures of rabbits sitting on top of bombs, and we were having a whale of a time. We was enjoying it because my friend Gail, I say friend, she's like a sister to me. She's my sister in something. She works because Annie's a very good friend of hers. So whenever Salute is on, Gail is working on Bad Squiddo, and I've actually got several Bad Squiddo kits. I haven't actually painted them yet. I just go there and I buy stuff, and that is one of the only places I do because I support her because she's got some great miniatures. You know, like not only like the women characters like throughout like the Second World War stuff and other strong female character types for games and stuff like that. It's the animal one she's got, like, you know, like bunny rabbits with bazookas. Or I've actually got a capybara with a like cannon on its back. It's brilliant. Haven't painted it though, which is bad. But yeah, there's and I as you know, I know a few people from here, there, and everywhere, and I go and I'm networking. That's all I'm doing. I'm going down there, seeing people, saying hi, how are you? I got because I met Leaky there, and that's where I met Ivy as well for the first time. So I've only actually physically known Ivy from November 2021, and it's weird because that's you just like, as you all know, you chat with her on here and all that sort of thing. She's such a friendly, genuine person, and we just clicked, and that's why I adopted her. She's my hobby daughter. Luke, who's around here sometimes, I don't know if he's here at the moment, but Luke is my hobby son, and they're twins. I made them twins because I can. But yeah, say I met Leaky there for the first time. Like I've known Leaky via Twitter for a while, good couple of years now. Hey, Chrissy, hello, welcome. Sorry about the thingy sounds working apparently, but yeah. And Luke is still here. Yeah. We were talking about Minecraft. Crystal, I was playing it with Crystal earlier on. When I was popped around to her and Rob's to drop off Rob's Christmas present and to pick up a present for myself. So yeah, it's the bug, the Minecraft bug, because once you start playing it again, you start to go, oh, I missed this game. But yes. Oh. So can't even get the whole thing into shot. There you go. Diggy diggy dig. Yeah, it's really weird. Obviously I don't know if not it's because of the stream. Right. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna time. I want. Right. I've mentioned it now. I'll wait for. I need one of you to reply as soon as you hear me. I'm going to say something. I want to say something. Damn it. You're that far up the chat. Yeah. Lag. That's what it is. I want to see how much time the lag is between me saying something and you guys actually responding to it. So I'm getting a stopwatch out. Right. So I'm going to ask the question. Right. So when I ask the question and when I finished asking the question, I'm going to press start. And then whoever replies, that I'll know what the lag stuff is. So I've just seen your because of lag. I know he will eventually get here. I'm okay. Still feeling blur. I'm sorry to hear that you're still feeling blur. Sending more hugs, more pain relief and stuff. Exactly. Mouse huggles no blur. So you know, I sincerely hope that you actually tomorrow you wake up and you are feeling a lot better. Because it's nothing worse than having mad head pains and all that crap. Nobody deserves that, and especially you, because you are a nice person. You don't deserve rubbish like that. So, sending magical healing powers. There you go, and stuff. I just realised all this stuff's in my face. Right. So, what I'm going to ask question-wise. Okay. The question is, the first one to answer gets a prize. There you go. What is the name of this legion? I'm counting now. See, I'm going to have that there so you can see. Stop Minecraft now. Bombies. So this is coming through, like, I'm reading this out now is when I'm seeing it. So I have so many of the hamsters, rabbits and bombs due to her. They are really, really cool models, to say the least. Nobody's answered the question yet. This is quite... You have Khajiits. I want some capybaras. Right, plus her stuff is amazeballs. And she is awesome. Annie is an awesome person. As I said, she's a friend of a friend, and I've met her. We're friends on Facebook now, as well. So that means a lot. But yeah, no, and to say she's done all that from I remember when she started out as well, because obviously through Gail, I used to see, like, these things come up on my news feed and stuff. So it's amazing. Nobody's answered as yet. It was a simple question. Because I say, I'm lagging you by the looks of things. That's a bad bit of lag. Pardon moi. Yeah, no, as I say, people there, like that I'm friends with on sort of like Twitter and Instagram and whatever, Facebook groups from the past as well. I remember, what's his face, Adam Troke, years ago. Adam Troke, when he was doing the White Dwarf stuff. Luke Carr, I'm here. I know you're here. See, that's the thing. Like, it's almost 3 minutes now since I asked a question. Lee is mod dad because he tells me off when I don't wear enough layers on in the cold. Well, yes. See, now, I hope this hasn't come because you own a delay so much. And I say, I've not changed any settings. So I'm surprised you're all still here, watching and listening, because I've been talking pretty non-stop, and I'm watching as the texts are coming through, and it is bonkers. Unless you've all come up to some sort of thing where you are like all collaborating and say, no, we won't answer the question that he asked. You wait till the mods for it. You get mods for it, yes. Lee is mod dad who's learning how to get down with the kids. Well, thank you very much. All right, Chrissy, laugh it up, fuzzball. Oh, this is crazy. This is almost 5 minutes. I can't believe there's a 5-minute delay on this. Hey, don't be mean. Have you seen him trying to shout someone out? Something. No, something. 10:26. You asked time. What is the time? It's 10:26. There's 10:26 on my clock here. What? 10 minutes. Now, right now, I'm believing I'm in a different time zone or something because, like, you're saying 10:26, Luke, and it was 10:26 now. Oh my god, my brains! I've not touched anything. No one's answered the question. I asked a question. Nobody's. Oh god, it's lagging the question. Right, the question because the question was, and I probably my mistake because if the screen is lagging, you probably didn't see it. But I was asking, leaves in stop motion, serious delay. Right, I'm gonna lap it. Right, so the question was, which legion am I painting? That was the question. Hey, Sophist. I've seen Sophist has turned up at 10:28 on my phone's clock. Mouse speed. Hi, Crystal. The KBS is actually it is fluctuating again. Magical hero. Groot. Fuck's sake. When I initially asked the question, I pointed to that, and obviously, if the video's fucking lagging, you didn't see it. So I'm like, Jesus Christ! I'm in another time, space, and existence. What the hell's going on? And oh my god, this is just crazy. Oh, they're all the legions. That's right, Edwin. They're all the legions. Horrific, like poorly. Fucking hell. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is quite disheartening. The amount of freaking lag. Hello, Rob. I'm a broken man. I'm broken. Morning, Rob. Don't confuse Rob. I do need new internet at 10:30 when I answered that. As soon as you came on. Oh dear. Oh. Oh. Brain hurts. My cheeks hurt as well. Like I'm looking right. I'm gonna. Right. So I've just taken a photograph of where my clock is showing on the lag on the video. Yeah. What's up with the interweb? The interwebs is shit. Yeah, Sophist, you're in America, so I don't know what time zone you're in. You're West Coast, isn't you? You must be West Coast. That's 10 hours ago. Jesus. I was going to click play, but I'm not sure I will. Oh, damn it! Right, I'm posting that into the Discord. So, because I've stopped. I've just stopped. My brain is just fucking mush. Oh, god damn it. Yeah. If it loads up, it'll load up. Watching the numbers as they change, like they're morphing. So yeah, like at the moment, right, so 316, 38. I'm in a 324, yeah. I'm on 332. You'll hear that in several years, no doubt. Um, that is just fucking bonkers, right? Because like I oh, we love you even when you lag, Lee. Oh, I feel like we're fucking time traveling. I'm in a fucking different plane of existence. I'm looking at the screen on the recording of my timing, which is 4:10 at the moment. It got up to 7:20 when I was timing it. It got up to 7:20. It's it is so infuriating. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Um, sorry. It is rather entertaining. I'm having an existential crisis at the moment because I think I'm on a different fucking plane of existence. That's how fucking bonkers it is. Holy leg, Batman. Yeah, exactly. So you're 406, right? I'm now on 452, 454, sort of 454, 456 as of right now. Right, so let's 5 minutes, 5:02. There you go. Right, so send that into the Discord. There you go. Bosh. Obviously, it takes fucking years to fucking load up. Anyway, I apologise for swearing. I am. It is the opposite of slow mode in Twitch. This is inverted time mode activated. Inverted time mode. Yes, it is. I posted the same fucking picture. What the fuck? Craziness. Absolute freaking craziness. So like you don't get this on any other channel. No, no. Only on my channel do you get the fact that we're in a time loop. Right. So I've actually just done something. I've done something. Right. I'm gonna put that. There you go. Right. So that's concurrent, and I'm posting that into the Discord now once it loads. Bosh. Done. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, that 10:26 message was 10 minutes ago. I know. How about I don't know if it will, to be honest with you, because this has never happened before. I know lots of men are famous for saying that, but oh my god. Ah, I was just about to take a photo. Yeah, it's just fucking bonkers. Oh. maybe refresh it soon. I was going to suggest that. So at the moment, it's trying to refresh. Problem we've got. Chrissy, when you hear this in the future, I'm so gonna torment you now. This is such a dad stream. Thank you very much. I give nothing but love and affection to you, and this is what you give to me in return. This is like a train wreck, literally slow motion. Mouse, stop it! I'm feeling sad now. You can summon Rob. No one can fill you in. What's going on? This is just fucking bonkers. 99,795. We're watching full security camera playback. We answered. He still hasn't gotten to the chat where we answered. At least the chat, you lot are coming through fine. It's my replies. Actually, fuck it, right? Change of plan, motherfuckers. Yeah, you're not going to hear this until several minutes down the line, right? So let's get into the chat. Well, where the fuck am I? When I initially asked a question, I pointed to that. That was fucking ages ago. I'm time traveling. I'm time traveling. That's weird. The chat is fine. But now I'm going to be quiet. My voice and essence. That's elsewhere. Welcome, Lee. Welcome to your stream. I'm reading my own text out as well. This is just bonkers. I love it. It's fucking doing my head in. I'm so fucking weirded out by this whole thing right now, which you won't hear for several years from now. Glad I'm logged in. One hell of a stream. No, as I said, I keep on saying, as I said, you ain't gonna hear this for fucking ages. You can't find this content anywhere else. There you go. Only you, Lee, can make lagging the fuck out fun as hell. Honestly, I'm not trying.